For a while, the Spurs were viewed as a slow-it-down team from their championships almost a decade ago. That isn't the case at all anymore.
You know, I think it took the viewing public quite a while to catch on, though, Kevin, because now most people look at the Spurs as one of the more exciting brands of basketball in our league. Just watching one game of them, and now you... No, that is the case.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Ellis dishes to Miles. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist.
For 3.
Miles has got 5 points so far.
You know, for the Spurs playing up tempo, I mean, they made that adjustment several years back, to their credit. Since then, they've been one of the more up-tempo and offensive-minded teams in the league.
And another fast break for San Antonio. The Spurs are running. Pacers trail by 10. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And some stats to kind of back up the Spurs playing that up-tempo style. They led the league last year in distance traveled as a team. Their players would cover almost 18 miles per game played. That tells you there's tremendous ball movement, but more importantly, body movement.
Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Ian Mahinmi. And the shot is good.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
San Antonio calls timeout.
And one bright note for the Pacers last season was the play of their bench. Adding Rodney Stuckey was a huge boost for them.
Now the feed to Duncan. Leonard kicks to Ginobili. Passes it to Duncan. There's Parker with the 3. And yes, sir, that one drops. Parker's got 7 points.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
And Stuckey led the charge for the Pacers bench, Greg, as you were talking about, but all around the reserves, Clark, were fantastic on the Pacers.
Yes, 3rd in the league at almost 41 points per game off the bench, 1st in the NBA in bench rebounding, and top 10 in field goal percentage as a bench.
Duncan. Here's Aldridge. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And now it's a 12-point San Antonio lead.
And one thing that everybody loves about Coach Pop is his frankness. You get a taste of it in interviews, but he's as honest and straightforward with you as he is with anybody else.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. Well, you've got Greg Popovich, and I think he puts this at times grumpy demeanor in a more of a spotlight. He's playing along, as we all know, with the sideline reporters. He knows, Greg, you know this firsthand, when to turn it on, when to turn it off. He can be as compassionate a person, Clark, that you and I have ever been around.
Yeah, he's competitive, but he understands that we're all human, and he treats people the right way all the time.
Pacers trail by 12. The drive by Hill. First trip to the line for him here.
That's his first personal foul.
That free throw, no good.
George Hill.
Everyone knows about the Paul George injury from last year and how it affected the Pacers. He's had almost the entire season, and there was no doubt they missed him.
Yeah, and when George came back, Kevin, the Pacers got hot, but they had to put him on a minutes limit. And it wasn't just George, though. The team as a whole had a lot of injuries during the course of the season.
The three from George. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. 10 points here for George.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And, you know, as you said, the Pacers did have problems with injuries. The team roster missed 219 games due to injury. So compare that to the 69 games missed by the Pacers in 2014. Big difference.
And the basket by Hill.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
The three. Ginobili can't hit.
And really, guys, the most telling part of the Pacers' injury troubles was this. Had to use 15 different starting lineups over the course of the season. Just hard to stay consistent and competitive when you are always replacing an injured player in the lineup.
Parker passes to Aldridge. And a miss there on the triple. Pacers trail by 9. George with the ball. Guarded now by Duncan. Leonard with the steal.
Yeah, the shot clock's off. This could be the last possession of the quarter.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. That's exactly what they should have in mind here. They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
It's Ellis on the wing. Got it off in time. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Spurs lead by 11. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. On the court for Indiana, Allen is out there with Mahinmi. Then there's C.J. Miles. Then there's Rodney Stuckey. And it's Ellis at the 1 spot. And here's Leonard from 3. No, it doesn't go. His 4th miss in 8 attempts. Mahinmi dishes to Allen. That is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Miles.
Boy, this game has really started to heat up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, I tell you what, I don't mind it. You don't either, it sounds like. Good offense is entertaining, and that's exactly what we're getting.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Kevin, Greg Popovich was just going over the plan with his team. He told the players, let's put our foot on them and keep them down. We've got them exactly where we want them. I want to see you guys slow the pace, use the clock, and stay away from any silly fouls.
To the paint. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. Ellis has got 3 assists in the game.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Ginobili, that's for 2. And the foul on Monte Ellis. That is his first foul of the game. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. And there's the foul. It goes on C.J. Miles. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Ginobili. Parker, right side. Lock at 6. Fires from deep. And Aldridge, the basket on the assist by Leonard. Leonard's got his 6th assist on the night. Pass to Stuckey. From downtown, LaMarcus Aldridge grabs the miss. Here's the foul. It's on Mahinmi. That is his first foul of the game. It's Parker with the drive. Here's Ginobili. kept alive.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be, he's not making that one. Up high and down hard with the one-hander.
Got a little extra forceful with that one, didn't he? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I think that's going to rouse up his teammates, no doubt.
A 3-ball. Again, the miss by Ginobili.
Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Miles. Parker kicks to Ginobili. Lets it go with a 3. Ginobili can't get that one to fall. And here they go. Again, Indiana.
Really taking advantage of every scoring opportunity. They've somehow found a way to make this thing exciting.
And you know what we call that, Greg? Spurt ability. When they absolutely needed it, they found it. A frantic finish in store.
Here is Miles. He's covered by Leonard. And it's Miles missing.
Barely anyone in the area, and still he whiffs on the bunny.
And plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up. And there's a call. It's on Indiana with the foul. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
So far, they've turned in a fantastic performance from the three-point line. It's been a weapon all game.
Yeah, but they also never seem to get cold from mid-range. Just kept hitting those shots with consistency.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. George is checked in for Allen. And George Hills subbed in for Rodney Stuckey. Here's Ellis. Off with the layup.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Here's Aldridge. It's rebounded by Indiana. Mahimi's got his 7th rebound here tonight. The 3 from George. Over Parker. That doesn't go either for George. Spurs leading by 4. Leonard, the pass to Parker. Duncan outside. Back to Parker. Fires it up. Wow, way off on that.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Miles, that's good.
Man, he is just really in a flow right now. That field goal percentage has gone through the roof.
Ginobili kicks to Duncan. Parker left side. It's stolen by Mahimi. And now the fast break. Hill with the ball.
And really, once he got that steal, just really nothing the defense could do.
That's why turnovers are so costly, because in many cases, they're indefensible once possession changes hands.
As clutch a shot as I have ever seen.
In a word, gutsy.
Ellis with it. Leonard picks him up. Hill kicks to Miles. It's back to Hill. Clock at 6. George dishes to Hill. It's in! And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
That mid-range jumper is just another one of his weapons.
San Antonio calls timeout. Here's Aldridge. It's off. It's good. Buries the game-winning shot.
All zeros on the clock as he drains the game winner.
And Greg, he knew it was good when it left his hand. He started celebrating as soon as it got off his fingertip.
And so it's San Antonio who scraped by with the win. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
Tremendous work all the way down to the wire. You were just wondering what would happen next. Major drama, and we saw a good one.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now time to go to Ernie Johnson, who's alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.